Well, this is an interesting story tying in with the Robinsons. My husband, I'd have to drive my husband into the station, Union Station, to catch the Federal, as they called it, the train that took him up to New London, where he was had a lot of business with the submarines. And it was always, he'd work to the very last minute, and then it was, you know. So, in coming back, after we had made it, I had hoped he'd made the train. As I came up to the, you know, where the radio tower is up at Tyson's, when I came to that point, I could see all of Vienna, and I thought Vienna was on fire. It was just this red glow all across. Well, there goes the house. And so I came in, and we had been working, the citizens had been working very hard to get an ordinance to control the building that we could see was coming along. And in fact, Yeonas had already built these that are out here. And we had covered the type of signs that were to be built and all. Well, I got closer and closer, and I saw it wasn't a fire, it was a sign that Mr. Yeonas had put up. About 4 times what our ordinance had stipulated. Well, that got my hackles up. So I raced home and got the ordinance out. Had never met Maud and Charlie. I'd just seen them to wave at them. And I knew that he was studying for the law. And so I grabbed the ordinance, and I saw Maud out in the driveway, and I raced over and I said, introduced myself formally, and I said, we've got problems with whoever put that sign up. And they hadn't seen the paper yet. I'm sorry, the paper hadn't said anything about it. But they had seen the sign. And I said, Maud, we got to do something about this. And she said, well, let me show it to Charlie. We won't do anything until we see it. Well, Charlie looked at it very cautiously, you know. He was a cautious man. And then the next day, Maud called me, I guess. We got in touch with each other, and she said, yeah, I think we're going to have to do something about it. And so then we hit the pavement, Maud and I, and got all the signatures that we could possibly get. And she said they just can't get away with this. So my husband was, as I said, I'd taken him to the train to go to New London. And I told him about it, and he said, honey, don't leave there until you talk to Steve Yeonas. Maybe he can get some sense in it. So I called Mr. Yeonas and made an appointment. And Mr. Yeonas, with his feet up on the desk with his cigar in his mouth, didn't bother to get up when I came in, and I really brought up in the South, and so I just set myself down and I said, Mr. Yeonas, I know you want to start out with the goodwill of the people of Vienna, but I said that sign of yours isn't doing anything but creating goodwill, and I've come here to ask you if you would please reduce that sign to where it will be in accordance with our ordinance. No way. That sign's going to stay up there. I said, well, you want to bet? I said, that sign's going to come down. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to come down. It took us 5 years to get the sign down. And then they left, the great big old stanchions after the sign came in. They left these great big old stanchions thumbing at their nose at us, you know.
Was that during the building phase of 51 to 55?
Let's
The
see.
Vienna Woods houses?
Yes, yes.